Good morning. Welcome to all of you, and welcome to the Metro East Unitarian Universalist Congregation. For those of you who don't know me, my name is John Herndon. My pronouns are he and him. Greetings to all who are participating online and remotely now, both now at this space and in the future. We begin with our prelude today by our accompanist, Joy Heft. An important ritual in the Unitarian Universalist faith is the lighting of our chalice. Unitarian Universalists have different interpretations of this flaming chalice, including the light of reason, the warmth of community, and the flame of hope. If you are watching online or elsewhere and have a candle or chalice, please light it now as we do here. Do we have someone to light today? And join in the, as we say, in the unison words on the screen. We light this chalice in hope for the future of our church, our community, our country, and our world. May love center us always. Again, welcome to church today. As I said, my name is John Herndon, and my pronouns are he and him. May our spiritual practice here today recognize all of our relationships, both now and in our past. We remember our spiritual ancestors who built this congregation in Alton. They are many, and their collective memories guide us on our work today, and they direct us all through our days from now and forever. May our spiritual practice recognize our relationship to the land that we occupy, and may we always strive to live in harmony with our past, our present, and help us to live consciously of the future that we create together. We are a spiritual people, a people of faith and love, and we are so glad you are here, whether it is in this sacred space or the sacred space that you hold online. And I welcome everyone to this home of comfort, spirit, justice, and hope. We are Unitarian Universalists. The opening words today, the message today is going to focus, and our opening and closing words are going to focus on two collections of poetry that I really like. And they're both written by Amy G.S.A. Brooks, who is a former pastor of this church in Alton. So the opening words today are the introduction to the collection known as Burnt Offerings. Beloved, this is wilderness, not wasteland. It may not be filled with the lush greenery of a cultivated garden, but it is alive in its own way. Here, where the scrub casts meager shade, the complexity of creation still lives and breathes and has its being. Living water runs deeply beneath you. And maybe it's not all you anticipated of a desert. Perhaps you imagined you would be struck by the wonder of shifting sands dancing majestically in loops and swirls, catching and lifting your spirit ever onwards, only to find that actually quite a lot of that sand ends up stuck in tender places. When you think of all the ways reality has failed to meet with expectations, of all the sacrifices you have made to be here, of all the times others have tried to make a sacrifice out of you, of the endless dry days of bathing only in the pitiless light of a scorching sun, well, it's no wonder you are slightly singed. I too have wrestled with my inability to terraform the earth into the landscape of my own choosing. I too have watched my world burn down and wondered where I might make my home within the desolation that followed. You are not alone in feeling at times, less like a phoenix rising from the ashes and more like the scrapings from an overcooked piece of toast. But this is wilderness, not wasteland. The holy is here. Let's spend a little time together perched on this ridge. Let's find hydration in the sharing of stories. Each moment of meaning-making falls on parched lips, precious as sips of water. If we linger long enough, we might just discover the remnants of a galactic wind dipping down through endless skies to murmur among us as a promise. Beloved, in case you have forgotten, you are whole, you are holy, and you are wholly loved. Our first hymn this morning is number 55, Dark of Winter, number 55. As we meditate on our UU values this week and every week, we lift up all of our values that are made whole by the Unitarian Universalist faith that we experience together. But this week, I would like to focus on justice. We work to be diverse, multicultural, beloved communities where all feel welcome and can thrive. As part of our weekly worship service, we take time for the expression of joys, concerns, or sorrows. In front of us is a bowl filled with stones, with water and stones available to place into the bowl, representing your joys and concerns. Please start on your right and proceed to the left. Take a moment to stop and reflect, send your energy out to the universe, and place your stone or stones in the water. And we specifically this week would like to remember and think about Phil Embry, one of our members who has had some pretty major surgery, but sounds like he is doing very well right now. So we continue our thoughts and prayers for him. Our story for all ages today is a video that Joy has prepared for us, so sit back and enjoy that now.
Be reading A Charlie Brown Christmas Tree. This is a pop-up book and there's sound. A Charlie Brown Christmas Tree. I love the Charlie Brown series. Of course, this whole series was created by Charles Schulz. This was a Hallmark gift book. Looks like it was from 2012. This is a classic. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Christmas is coming, said Charlie Brown. And Charlie Brown just can't get into the spirit. I know I should be happy, but I'm not, he says. Everything seems too commercial. Even his dog Snoopy just wants to win big money in the neighborhood Christmas lights display contest.
Good grief.
Luckily, Charlie Brown has the chance to do something special that might give him the lift he needs. He's on his way to direct the annual Christmas play. But when Charlie Brown arrives for rehearsal, nobody wants to be directed. The other kids are too busy dancing on stage to care about their scripts and costumes. He just can't get cooperation. Look, Charlie Brown, what do you want? Lucy asks. The proper mood, he replies. We need a Christmas tree. And so, taking Linus with him, Charlie Brown sets out to find one. Ooh. Wow. At the Christmas tree lot, Charlie Brown and Linus wander through rows of shiny metal trees, but none of them look right. Then Charlie Brown spies a small, scraggly pine tree. This little green one here seems to need a good home, he says. We'll decorate it, and it will be just right for our play. Back at rehearsal, Charlie Brown proudly sets down the little tree, and it drops its needles everywhere. You were supposed to get a good tree, says Lucy. Can't you even tell a good tree from a poor tree?
What a tree!
Charlie Brown sighs in disappointment. I guess I really don't know what Christmas is all about. Isn't there anyone who does? Charlie Brown, I can tell you what Christmas is all about, says Linus, stepping forward. Then as everyone becomes quiet, Linus tells a story.
And there were, in the same country, shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them. And they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring unto you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
With Linus's words echoing in his ears, Charlie Brown takes his little tree and heads home. On the way, he has a bright idea. He pulls a big red ornament off Snoopy's doghouse and happily hangs it on the little tree. But, oops, the big ornament makes the little tree buckle over. I've killed it, cries Charlie Brown. Oh, everything I touch gets ruined. Soon, Charlie Brown's friends arrive and see the droopy tree. Maybe it just needs a little love, says Linus. With that, the kids take the rest of the decorations and transform the bedraggled little tree into a lush, beautiful Christmas tree. When Charlie Brown sees the dazzling Christmas tree and all his friends standing around it, he can hardly believe his eyes. With his friends and this special little tree, he's found the true spirit of Christmas after all.
Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown.
Now we have our children's recessional today. As you journey, may you know, love and hope go with you, love and hope go with you, learn and grow, learn and grow. Our next hymn is number 58, Ring Out Wild Bells. It's number 58 in your book. Many people have meditated over the years about the consumerism that surrounds the holidays, the reason for the season lost among corporate religious appropriation. For many, the holidays are a precious time to spend with family, and for many others, it is a deepening of family isolation, voluntary and involuntary. For most of us, we grew up in the Christian tradition with all the stories of virgin birth, mangers, Bethlehem, and star guiding three kings to a child to worship. We know most of these biblical accounts are either not true or at least embellished, stories created to fill a prophecy, create a Messiah, the Anointed One. What about after the birth stories are over? What comes after the incarnation of this God back into the world, besides Amazon Prime days? The family is forced to flee from their makeshift birth center because those three kings have reported back to King Herod that the child that he has heard stories of is indeed in Bethlehem, and this King Herod is jealous of this child, afraid he will grow up to be more popular, afraid that this child will rename everything after himself. So Herod sends his immigration control and enforcement mercenaries to find him and to kill him. Then Joseph got up, took the child and their mother by night, and went to Egypt. Before they reached the border, Joseph died. Pharaoh's border agents had emptied the water bottles that would have saved his life on the way to the land of liberty. As they reached the crossing, their boat was stopped. Pharaoh decreed that those who came across the sea would be sent to offshore detention centers and never enter the boundless plains. When they crossed the border, they were hunted. Pharaoh decided criminalizing their flight to safety was worth the payoff at the polling booths in this not-so-united kingdom. They did cross the border chased them. Pharaoh established yet another settlement, turning holy families into refugees in their own land along the west bank of the Jordan. And the good people in the congregations protested, "That's not the sacred story we know." But this is the narrative familiar to those who have ever fled across a border. We see this scenario play out every day, day after day, or do we? For most of us, it is a distant news event, but will it always be? If we do not express a collective moral outrage, eventually they will come for us and our families. Evangelical Christians have become complacent and complicit to the stories that they tell every Christmas. Pharaoh, King Herod, dictators, authoritarians will always exist, but a collective resistance to be manipulated will lessen their grip. Families do not want to migrate and leave their homes by nature, but will do anything to feed our children. I would ask those people who claim to follow Jesus Christ to reread what they consider Gospels, and especially Matthew 25, which I paraphrase now as Jesus says, "Whatsoever you do to the least of my people, that you do unto me." A new cult of selfishness has set into our society where smartphone screen time has replaced real-life face-to-face time. The holidays have traditionally been a reset, slow down and reflect, ready to start a new year. Winter is upon us at a time in a time of shadow. The days are short, the darkness long, and everything around us in nature appears dead and lifeless. The cold envelops everything except the week of Christmas, when 60 or 70 degree weather, and today reminds us that yet another looming crisis. Nature around us appears dead, yet we know it is merely resting, storing up energy for spring. We have passed the solstice, and the days now are incrementally getting longer. Spiritually, we are resting, harboring, storing up energy, but the resistance will not stop. The momentum is growing. As long as there are churches like this one, hope is alive. Another poem to reflect on is called In the Temple. After 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting among the teachers, listening to them and asking them questions. I found Jesus. I found them in the youth room, their head lolling lazily against the back of the black futon. They had slipped away from their parents for an hour of laughter, talk, and food. They had stolen away from the pressures of school for an hour of learning. I lost sight of them when we all stood to move around the room, and I found myself dwarfed by these sycamore trees as we swayed in the branches together, Jesus and me. I found Jesus. She was lying face down on a cast-off couch. A combination of her meds and her ADHD had robbed her of sleep the previous night. She had slipped away from her parents for a nap. She had stolen away from the pressures of her peers for half an hour in this hyperbaric chamber. When the leader gave the instruction to act out the story, she gave an immense deep sigh and dragged herself from her cushion, her sullen scowl at the others, her rebuke at the storm. As we rode the waves together, Jesus and me, I found Jesus. He was running full pelt across the lawn, defiantly alive in the place of death. He had slipped away from his parents to wave his toddler arms and shout at the clouds. And as our morning turned to laughter, he invited me to a deeper knowing of the resilience of love. And I understood myself to be not only listener, but listing, leaning more than learning, not merely questioner, but quester, the embodiment of question. And we inclined ourselves into the motion of a swaying, spinning planet, Jesus and me. As this year unfolds, we hopefully can embrace our youth and thrust ourselves into this world filled with our own divinity, and let us be justice. I want to conclude this message today with the introduction from this collection of poems. Beloved, you have been told that the whole earth is full of the glory of God. Has no one ever reminded you that you too belong to this earth, and that consequently you too are divinely glorious? You have been told to remove your shoes on holy ground. Has no one ever encouraged you to sit childlike and sift the sand through your fingers to build castles from the grains of truth? You have been told to study ancient texts. Has no one ever given you permission to read and to keep on reading until you find yourself between the pages? You have been given a sacred invitation to open the scripture and allow it to unfurl with courage and creativity. In many ways, this mirrors the way that you unwind out your true self as you discover and to embrace your own complex identity. You are the scroll. You are another scroll, a new scroll. The whole of creation waited with bated breath for your arrival. Your very existence is a testament to the unknown, to the unfolding of mystery lived out through you as organic parchment. The universe has called you into being and named you good. You are entirely complete, a sacrosanct and inviolable person. You, yes, you are with the full richness of all your sacred diversities. Beloved, in case no one has told you, you are whole, you are holy, and you are wholly loved. Now let's join together in our next hymn, number 350. The Ceaseless Flow of Endless Time, number 350. Now our invitation to giving. There are many ways to give. We will have an offering now, but there are many ways to give. There is the Give Liffey app online that you may use, and I think most of you are pretty familiar with that, and then also the address is listed up here above too. So please join me in our offering prayer this morning. To the work of the church, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action, we dedicate our lives and these offerings. So church announcements here, listed of upcoming speakers, and also on the right, so the update of the setup and takedown for future services. So any other announcements that anybody has today?
I have one.
Mm-hmm.
We are changing the way we do our attendance counting. No longer will you check in at that little table. We're just going to do a head count sometime during the service, like we used to do years ago. We do need to keep attendance to send to the Unitarian Universal Association once a year. They like to know things like this. And so there won't be anybody sitting at that table, but in place, we would like several people to volunteer to be greeting and ushers and talk to people, visitors who come in. So even if you're not assigned that kind of role, just remember to kind of do that. Thank you.
All right. Anything else? Any other announcements? Our closing words today then. Before I light the chalice, I'm going to read another quick poem here called Lullaby. Out there between the fields and the heavens, you will discover pain and community, sorrow and wonder, love and laughter and loss. You will invite us into a new world in the making, and we will do our very best to honor the holy within you. But the gifts of the years to come are not the reason we welcome you with joy this day. Little one, you are not the future of the church, you are the present. It is enough that you are with us now. It is a miracle that you are all here. And as we extinguish our chalice, say the words of unison together. The light of truth and meaning cannot be put out. We are keepers of this flame until we meet again. Thank you, everyone, today.